Experience the ancient power of Survival Shield X2. Take advantage of this unprecedented 30% off Super Detox special at InfoWarsLife.com.
I can taste dirt in it.
God knows what's in this.
These people just sampled City of Austin tap water straight from the faucet. Next, we had them try a sample of tap water filtered through the ProPure G2.0 filtration system.
That one is better.
Tastes like nothing.
Yep, I know what good water tastes like. It's good water.
Most tap water contains added substances like fluoride, chlorine, glyphosate, and many others. Studies prove that these substances are linked to an assortment of major health issues, including tooth decay, lowered IQ, and even cancer.
It tastes like you're drinking out of the lake when you're drinking tap water.
The ProPure G2.0 filtration system removes these deadly substances, leaving only fresh-tasting, deliciously clean water.
Okay, this is very tasty.
It's good water.
Refreshing.
It's good.
Go to InfoWarsStore.com today and get your free wire stand with the purchase of a ProPure Big Water Filtration System. Or call 1-888-253-3139.
This is Alex Jones for InfoWarsLife.com. The latest in preparedness is now here. An electrically stabilized colloidal silver solution that can be added to both your home cabinet and preparedness pack alike. Concentrated to 30 parts per million in what has been dubbed the Survival Silver Solution. The new InfoWars Life Silver Bullet Colloidal Silver is the answer for you and your family. And it's entirely free of toxic artificial additives that are loaded into many products. The InfoWars Life Silver Bullet Silver is so powerful that it is concentrated into a 2-ounce bottle and is not recommended for extended continual use. This is not a low-grade formula. We are working with one of the top laboratory manufacturers in the United States to bring you the best form of colloidal silver using electrical processes within a base of deionized water for your preparedness storage or your home kitchen. Purchase your bottle of InfoWarsLife.com Silver Bullet Colloidal Silver today and find other amazing supplements at InfoWarsLife.com.
Coast to coast, direct from Austin. You're listening to the Alex Jones Broadcasting Network.
We now take you live to the Central Texas Command Center in the heart of the resistance, rallying patriots worldwide. You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
Welcome back to The Alex Jones Show on this Sunday, July 27th, 2014. I'm David Knight, and we're taking your calls. We're talking about impeachment. And, of course, on Friday, we had an article on Infowars.com that 1/3 of Americans would like to see Obama impeached. Now, it was 57% of Republicans, even 14% of Democrats wanted him impeached. And, of course, 45% of the people who wanted him impeached said that he sought to expand the presidency too much. And, of course, that would be things like the executive order. Now there's talk that there's going to be an executive order before the election. Guterres, who was at La Raza, saying that we needed to grant amnesty to the illegals here so that we could punish the Americans who want to throw them out. He's saying that he thinks that Obama could grant amnesty to anywhere between 3, 4, 5 million people. To which Senator Pete Sessions says we need to melt Congress's phone lines to stop Obama's planned executive amnesty. And we also have Steve Stockman, who was at the border with a film crew this weekend, saying that Obama is begging to be impeached. So we want to ask you, what should he be impeached? If so, what should he be impeached for? And, of course, we're focused right now, too, on the border situation, because what's happening at the border is something where we've got the possibility of the economy being imploded by a rapid expansion of the welfare state. We've got violence that can explode because they're bringing in or allowing in gang members, many of them these children that we're being told about, minors. But, of course, you know, the DREAM Act applies to anyone that is up to 31 years of age. So that's pretty expansive in terms of children, in terms of minors. But, of course, it also has the potential to divide the country, as Luis Guterres would like to see, to create these competing factions, to create a new voting bloc just by fiat, by amnesty, by executive order. And, of course, these executive orders will erase the rule of law. So I'm going to go to your comments, and I want to take your phone calls on this. But before I do, we need to take care of a little bit of business here. You know, one of the things that we have been able to do since I've been here, I've seen the magazine come online, top quality magazine that Alex puts out there. We've got a new studio where we're going to be taking the nightly news into a broader audience. When Alex does stuff and when he reinvests the money that you send us, when you buy our products, when you support this organization, when he does these things, he does first quality stuff. And he is reinvesting the money that we get from the products that we sell. He also tries to put out the very best quality in terms of the products that he sells, especially the health products, because we understand how your health is being impacted by the additives that are put into the food, by the things, GMO, high fructose corn syrup, the many additives that go in. How do you detox? Well, one of the ways that you can detox is with Fluoride Shield. That's a chelating detox, and we have that now at 25% off. We also have X2, that's the pure nascent iodine. If you get those two together, we have a super detox special, 30% off. We also now have back in stock, it was back ordered for a while. After 2.5 months, we've got Silver Bullet back in stock at the current rate that's going, though. It'll probably be out within the week, and it's going to take us a while to get that back in. That is $19.95. You can get all that stuff at InfoWarsLife.com, 888-253-3139. That's 888-253-3139, InfoWarsLife.com. That's what keeps the organization going. We don't get money from the government, certainly, and we don't have any corporate big daddies. It's you supporting us, you helping yourselves. It's a win-win situation. You've helped us to build this media organization. I can tell you from the time that I've been here that Alex is being a good steward with your money, reinvesting it in things that are going to make a difference. Let's go to your calls right now. Let's take Joe in Arkansas. Joe, what do you think about the border situation? What do you think about impeachment?
Yeah, well, impeachment is what I called about, and I think that if the Republicans hope to have any chance of winning back the Senate and the House this November election, they better start making a real serious effort at impeachment right now, because I think that's about the only thing that's going to give any good, responsible, patriotic American any motivation to vote for the Republicans. And as for what they should impeach him for, I think some good congressmen, some good patriotic congressmen ought to draw up a list of about half a dozen issues, high crimes and misdemeanors which Obama has committed, along with good supporting factual evidence, for each one. And at least about half of them, I think your idea of trying to impeach him for bipartisan issues is an extremely good idea. And then this congressman should publish this list and ask people, all over the country, to call your congressmen, call your senators, tell them that you want Obama impeached for these reasons. Try to enlist the support of the public. Melt down the phone lines of Congress trying to get congressmen and senators to support impeachment. That's what I think they ought to do.
Yes, I agree, absolutely. I don't think that they're going to pay much attention to us if we call and melt down their phone lines and say we don't want executive orders. I think that the GOP needs to energize its base. Now, of course, they're out there saying, oh, we don't want to do that because if we impeach Obama, it's going to energize the Democrat base. Well, as you pointed out very smartly, if they don't do this, it's the GOP base that's not going to be energized, because we're going to look at this and we're going to say these guys give him a pass no matter what he does, no matter how many times he breaks the law. I think that's very important. Thank you, Joe in Arkansas. Let's go to Marlene in Michigan. Marlene. I think it's Marlene in Michigan.
Marlene, yeah.
Sorry.
What's going on, man? Yeah, I just wanted to say, well, as far as the impeachment thing goes, I mean, I definitely think that they should do it, but my only issue with it is that if you're going to have a Darrell Issa and an Elijah Cummings show, then don't do it at all. Because I feel like, the IRS situation is something they should have been buried with a long time ago.
Yes.
But because of the way it's been handled, I can honestly see an impeachment situation being something similar, and it'd just be a fiasco that'll basically go into the face of everybody that want to have him impeached.
Well, Marlon, I think that's exactly why they need to do it. It's because we've seen them come up and just use this in kind of a limp-wristed way to essentially just score some political points and not really do anything about it. We've seen what's happening with the IRS, and Darrell Issa keeps coming up and saying, well, we're really going to do something if you don't come forward with these records, or we're very upset about how you've broken the law here or what you've done over here, but they don't follow through and actually do anything. And I think that is why it's imperative for the GOP to show that it actually has a backbone, that it'll actually stand up and do something. Otherwise, why do we need to have a majority of GOP there?
Oh, I definitely agree with that. And I just want to add one more thing, too, is that I feel like with this whole amnesty thing, I mean, you know, people will be talking about that they don't want to, you know, energize the Democratic base. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that. But my thing is that the country is basically broken up into two sections. I mean, you're going to have people who are going to vote Democrat or Republican. But here's my only issue is that with him talking about the amnesty, and they only talking about 4 or 5 million, in my eyes, I don't know about you guys, but I'm seeing like more like 10 or 11 million people because they talk about the undocumented people,
right,
plus the people that's coming over. And I'm adding up 11, 12 million. That is your vote right there. It doesn't matter how much you energize a Democrat. A Democrat's going to vote Democrat. They're not going to vote Republican. You cannot do anything to change that opinion.
That's
they're
right.
Come out, they're going to vote.
That's right. And when you look at how few people actually vote an election anyway, now, of course, we're all assuming that these are legitimate elections. That's another argument that we need to have. And it's not just voter ID. I mean, that's part of it. But it's also maintaining custody of the votes, make sure that they're going to be counted correctly, that they're going to be reported correctly. We've talked about this. There's a whole chain of custody with the vote. It starts with correct voter ID. But when you look at the number of people that presumably vote in these elections, you're only looking at a few million people. There's a very small percentage of the population that actually participates in the elections. So when you bring in a block of 5, 10 million people, maybe more, we don't know what these numbers are, that's going to radically alter everything. And of course, if we allow these people to come in and stay, put them on the welfare roll, we don't do any voter ID, you don't have to have amnesty for them to be able to vote. Thank you. Let's go to Margaret in North Dakota. You wanted to talk about immigration and mainstream media's approach to that. Go ahead, Margaret. Oh, I think we're about out of time, and I don't think she's still on the line. We're going to be right back with your calls. And, of course, the question is, are we going to allow the government to are we going to allow Obama to just follow through with his executive orders, have blanket amnesty, or is the GOP going to try to energize its base? Are we going to have an effective clash of ideas, or are we just going to sit back and let Obama do anything he wants? I think even if you lose this fight, it's a fight you need to have because you have to stand for principle. You have to stand for the rule of law. We're going to be taking your phone calls on this Sunday edition of the Alex Jones Show. Right after we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about the border situation. What is really causing it? What is pulling these people in? What is pushing them out of their country? What are the policies that we've put in place to make that happen? We'll be right back.
Alex Jones here for Infowars.com. In the month of July, we have got giant specials on everything at MadeIn1776.com. The already discounted Made in 1776 t-shirts are only $17.76. We have the new belt buckles that in only 2 weeks of sale are very close to selling out. There's only 500 of each. We're talking about Made in America belt buckles in nickeled brass. This is more than a summer blowout special. This is a new declaration of independence. But to expand the InfoWar, we're offering the equivalent of more than 5 months free right now when you get a membership at PrisonPlanet.tv for a limited time, only $39.95 a year. That's more than 5 months free off the regular price. Not just this July 4th weekend, but the entire month of July at MadeIn1776.com. Molon Labe, you can take my gun from my cold, dead hands.
Hi, I'm Dr. Edward Group. It took me 20 years of searching the globe to find the deposit of the highest purity iodine available. The new Survival Shield X2 is mined from 7,000 to 10,000 feet below the earth in pristine, environmentally clean conditions. The iodine crystals we use are extracted from an ancient 300 million plus year old deposit deep in the earth. It's the strongest nascent iodine on the market today. It delivers 650 micrograms per drop. Experience the new formula. Experience the ancient purity. Shield your family. Survival Shield X2. Available now at InfoWarsLife.com.
X2 from InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139.